What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakey podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Brandon Blakey, aka Brandon Lee TV. Back at it again with another bang of my friends. Y'all kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me. Y'all know the vibes right now. Welcome in, guys. I know we still have a chunk of regular season left. We still have the highly anticipated conference championships left. But if one thing that we have learned this college basketball season for the women's side is anything is possible. Literally, it is wide open right now, folks. It is absolutely wide open. Anything, I meant that in the header, I meant that on the thumbnail. Anything is liable to happen right now in women's college hoops. It is absolute madness. Anybody can lose. Anybody can get got. You see the top 7 teams right now. Any of these teams, man, from Texas to UCLA to UConn to South Carolina to USC to LSU. Like, these teams all have a chance to win the national title this season, man. Like, this is the most wide open it has been in women's college hoops in quite some time. And we're gearing up for maybe the craziest, most unpredictable NCAA tournament we have seen in quite some time on the women's side, and it's just exciting to see, man. I'm looking at that top 7, bro. Texas, UCLA, Notre Dame, USC, UConn, South Carolina, LSU, all our championship level teams. On the outside, we're not gonna call them pretenders, the outliers. North Carolina, NC State, TCU, Tennessee, Ohio State, Oklahoma, Kentucky, Kansas State, teams like this that could really wreak some havoc and bust some brackets this season. Of course, you start at the top with the tier 1. Texas, the current number 1 team in the nation, and deservingly so. They beat South Carolina. They beat LSU. They've won some big games throughout conference. They've won some big games in the non-conference. Madison Booker is one of the best players in the country. Has one of the best mid-range games that we've seen in quite some time. You got Taylor Jones, Oldacre, Jordan Lee's playing better. And the crazy thing, Texas, imagine if they had Layla Feely, man. Like, bro, Texas down one of their star players that led the Michigan Wolverines in scoring last year with over 17 a game. Still hooping. Now, the weakness there with Texas, they probably are one of the worst three-point shooting teams in the country. And when you're one-dimensional, you can get in trouble. But I'm looking at Texas. Are they the best team in the country? I don't know. But they are ranked number 1 right now. UCLA, man. Lauren Betts has returned from injury. Michigan State gave them a run. Iowa pushed them to the absolute limit. We thought they were unbeatable. I ain't going to say we thought they were unbeatable. People thought that, this team would potentially run the gauntlet after what they did to South Carolina. And USC and Juju Watkins absolutely put that thing on them 2 years straight. But UCLA, one of the most versatile teams in the country, honestly, man. When you talk about length, size at every position, good guards, can shoot the basketball. Lauren Betts is one of the most dominant players in the entire country on both sides of the basketball. UCLA has been to several Elite Eights in their program's history. Can Coach Close finally get this team over the hump in the Final Four? Like, the storylines write themselves. UCLA, so historically highly regarded on the men's side. The women's side have never won a national championship, man. Is this the year that UCLA, Lauren Betts, they went in the portal, got Janiah Barker, Tamia Gardner? Like, this is the most talented team that Coach Close has had at UCLA, period. It's got to be championship or bust for this group. It's got to be championship or bust. And you look at that, those are the top 2 teams right now. You got Notre Dame, who was number 1 for like, what, a week? What was Notre Dame? Y'all number 1 for like a week? Got pressed by Duke and then ended up losing in OT? Losing in OT to NC State? I'm just saying, man. I felt like Notre Dame if there was a favorite to win the title last week, a couple of weeks ago, I would have had Notre Dame right there. You got probably the best three-headed monster in the country, aside from maybe LSU and Hannah Hidalgo, Player of the Year right now. Sonia Citron, best 3-and-D player in the country, in my opinion. And then you got Olivia Miles, the captain, the leader, the floor general. RC, my guy, welcome in, welcome in. We are just talking about this unpredictable NCAA tournament, man. This is going to be the craziest, wildest March Madness that we have seen in women's college hoops in quite some time. I'm just telling you right now. Shakim, welcome in, welcome in. But Notre Dame, three-headed monster, Latu King out of the portal, like, has been incredible for them. They got size. They're still trying to figure out how they can get Maddie Westbell playing back to the level that she was playing in last year. But she's a stretch four that can really shoot the basketball. She's mobile. They're going to need to get her at her best. A weakness, though, for Notre Dame has been the bench at times. I'm just saying. But this three-guard combo, they have more depth than they've gotten more production from the supporting cast than LSU has. I will say that. But Notre Dame definitely still in the hunt, but we did see them get upset. And it goes back to my point that anybody can get got any given night. Even the Fighting Irish, man, and they're fighting for an ACC regular season title with North Carolina, with Duke as well. Like, it's all still up for grabs. You move down to number 4 at USC, man. Juju Watkins, probably arguably the most talented player in women's college hoops, hands down right now. You got her leading the way. Kiki Riafen, who had a breakout junior season, has come to be the number 2 player for that team, who forced, like, literally decided to come to USC to take pressure off of Juju Watkins. You got Kennedy Smith and that number 1 recruiting class that came in, Kaylee Heckle. You got also Raya Marshall, one of the best defensive bigs in the country, who's starting to find her offensive stride as well, man, when you really break things down. So I think that's exciting for USC. Talia von Oelhoffen is playing better basketball than she has in the past as well. So, that's another team where USC is kind of, since the loss to Iowa, man, they've really kind of pulled it together and playing team basketball. Early in the season, it was a lot of just, yo, Juju, play pick and roll, go get us a bucket. Everybody else either get out the way. And it was a whole lot of ball watching and not a lot of offense being run. They're coming together as a team. A squad that had so many expectations, man, high expectations. They were being deemed a super team before the season even started. They had some bumps in the road, but they are starting to come together as well, man. You got UConn at number 5, who's been reeling. Team of the week a couple of weeks ago, shocked the nation. Shocked probably a lot of their fans after blowing South Carolina up and just completely destroying that win streak that they had at Colonial Life Arena, man. You got AZ Fudd playing the best basketball she's played in years. She's healthy. Paige Beckers has fought through, I think, having one foot in and one foot out, thinking about the WNBA draft and potentially, heavily favored to be the number 1 pick. That's something about, trying to really maintain focus on the college season and finish it out, but also know that, you got a huge, huge opportunity and that's about to come happen to you, bro, when you go number 1 potentially in the WNBA draft. The draft's got to be on her mind. Like, she's only human. The draft's got to be on her mind. UConn also plays in the weakest conference of any team on this list other than Creighton, who plays in the conference. They're the only other ranked team in the Big East. Teams feel like UConn wasn't getting challenged. The Tennessee game, I think, really woke them up. And then they come out and blow out South Carolina. Like I said, AZ Fudd, Paige Beckers, Sarah Strong, arguably the front runner for Freshman of the Year right now. But I definitely think Joyce Edwards is right there as well. But you got a team that's definitely still got a lot to prove, and I think they have a chip on their shoulder. I think that they're finally healthy. You lose Morgan Shelley, which sucks. 5-star freshman, McDonald's All-American, out for the season. Of course, the injury bug bit UConn once again. And she was a player that was in the rotation, involved in getting consistent minutes. So that hurts. That hurts. We saw them lose almost half the roster last year to injuries, man. And this season, for the most part, other than a couple of dings and dongs, they have been healthy. Paige Beckers, AZ Fudd looking like one of the best backcourts in the country. Paige has absorbed a lot of criticism, a lot of critiques, a lot of harsh comments made about her, in my opinion, from the UConn fan base, as well as Gino Auriemma, man. He's really challenged her in a lot of ways. But Paige Beckers has really, I think, done a good job of doing whatever the team needs, whether it's being in that natural point guard position where she played the four last year and was completely out of position. This season, Paige Becker's back to playing that one more, being more of a playmaker for this group, playing in the backcourt at her natural position. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, Duke could use the solid swords. They need offense. They need offense. And hey, man, Duke needs some more offense for sure. The defense is there, but they could use an offensive punch. But yeah, and they're another top team as well in the ACC. But yeah, UConn definitely playing with a chip on their shoulder. I think when they beat South Carolina, we saw that they could play with anybody, and they're a legitimate title contender as well. Sarah Strong has been incredible. KK Arnold has put up some big games for them and been a really valuable point guard coming off the bench, man, being a playmaker for this group and being their best perimeter defender at times. You got the ACC. Well, before we get there, we got to go to South Carolina and LSU at 6 and 7. The two reigning defending champs of the past couple of years, man, are coming into this tournament definitely trying to prove something themselves, man. South Carolina has been the team for majority of the season that people thought, were going to be the hands down national championship favorite. They brought back basically their entire roster besides Camila Cardoso from last year's championship team. Everybody felt like South Carolina could have potentially run the gauntlet. UCLA said, nah, that was not happening. Now we've seen some shortcomings from this team, man. We've seen fans turn on Raven Johnson. We've seen her become one-dimensional and take a huge step back offensively, but she's improved in rebounding, and she's definitely been a consistent defender, and she's ran the team. But the assists are down as well, man, without Camila Cardoso out there. Like, that was a huge part of Ravens' game, being able to play the 1-2 game with Camila Cardoso. We're not seeing that this year. But she's persevered. She's been that glue player. She has continued to do what the team needs as far as everything else but scoring the basketball for the most part. She's got a couple double-digit scoring games, but she's been running the floor hard, running the fast break, getting others involved. She rebounds at an extremely great rate for her size at the position. And, she's really brought the straps out on defense as well, man. So Raven is definitely limited. They do have point guards. I think Maddie McDaniel as well as Malaysia Fool Wiley and some of these other guards have more upside than her for sure. Tessa Johnson as well. They're more well-rounded basketball players at this stage. Well, not Maddie, but I think Malaysia Fool Wiley right now is a better basketball player. I will also say I think on top of Raven Johnson or on top of Malaysia Fool Wiley, Tessa Johnson is a better basketball player, and that could be the X factor, man. We talked about Breezy Hall, like Sanaya Fagan. These upperclassmen have been called out, Chloe Kitts, and really it's the underclassmen, Joyce Edwards and Malaysia Fool Wiley, leading the way for the Gamecocks. Man, they're playing through these two young players, and they're finding that this has to be their new identity, and they're going to win games. March Madness, that just adds another wrench. Like Don Staley and Texas are battling right now. If they both win out, the SEC regular season's coming down to a damn coin flip. Like, how crazy is that? How crazy is that? Like, there is just so much going on between a lot of these teams in their respective conferences, and it's gearing up. Like the storylines are writing themselves, man. But South Carolina should have a chip on their shoulder. They've dropped 3 games, and that's unfamiliar territory. A lot of these players had never lost the SEC game, had never lost a game at home. Like, it was really shocking. It was humbling. But I think it made them hungrier, man, to come out and really prove themselves. These upperclassmen, like I mentioned, Raven Johnson has done what the team needed her to do. Is she limited offensively? Absolutely. Does that cost them sometimes? Absolutely. Has Breezy Hall had an up and down season? Her shooting numbers are down, but the defense has been impeccable. Sanaya Fagan up and down so far, almost got benched. But she has played quality basketball as well when they've really depended on her for the most part. But South Carolina, People feel like, hey, are there too many chefs in the kitchen? Too much star power, not enough role players embracing roles. What's going on with Tessa Johnson and Tahina Pow Pow? Kind of a shooting slump going on for them right now, man. But Tessa Johnson could be the key. Her and Malaysia Fulwali were the key in the postseason last year. Y'all remember what Tessa Johnson did in the NCAA tournament, don't you? I'm just saying, definitely keep an eye out for her. You look at LSU, man, and they might be the most dangerous team in the dang country. I mean, real talk. Michaela Williams is becoming an absolute superstar in our eyes. Like right before our eyes, Michaela Williams is turning into a bona fide superstar. She might be the best mid-range scorer in the country. She might right now be the best ISO player in the country, man. She don't need a screen or nothing. Give her the basketball and get the hell out of the way. Like Michaela Williams is absolutely getting to her spot. That Kentucky win showed me a lot. Of course, you got Flage and Anissa Morrow. Flage playing like the female D Wade, man. Like having Simone Augustus join this roster, I think was super beneficial for LSU's guards. They're on a different level. Anissa Morrow has been undersized the entire country and still leads in double doubles and is killing on the glass, man. LSU definitely, I think, has to depend more on some other players to do the dirty work. If you're going to have the big three scoring all the points, Samaya Smith's got to block shots and rebounds. Miracle Shepherd, I think we should see her get some more minutes. Jada Richard, Last Poa, minutes have been severely cut. Nobody seems to know why. She hasn't really gotten a whole lot of playing time. Cheyenne Day Wilson really stepped up for them in their last contest, shutting down Georgia Moore in that second half. But LSU is super dangerous. They're 2 years removed from a championship. You got Kim Mulkey out there with this group absolutely fired up. I'm still waiting to see if they can get consistency out of Jersey Wolfenbarger, who played huge when Anissa Morrow was out with the injury. I mean, that is the storyline for LSU right there, man. But I think they could be one of the most dangerous teams in the country. You get on MK12 Island, man, and you're going to have a serious problem. It's going to be a long night for you. And then that's like looking at those 7 teams, those are who I feel like are the true championship contenders, right? Like those are the true championship contenders right now. Those are the teams where I feel like any team that I just mentioned in that top 7 has the talent to win the championship. It'll come down to the draw. It'll come down to who executes and who's playing great basketball in March. But talent-wise, those top 7 have enough to win it, all of them. And that's how I'm feeling. Y'all holler at me in the comments. Let me know. Guys, welcome in, welcome in. If this is your first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share. Join our memberships. We got exclusive content daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV as well, man. Much love to everybody. Let me catch up in these comments, man. I got through the top 7. I want to talk about a few more teams as well while we on it. Y'all keep hollering at me in the chat. Let me know, man, y'all's biggest takeaways and how y'all feeling about what I'm spilling right now. RC says, Sydney Falter with a career-high 26 points tonight. Lucy Olsen with 24. Sheesh. If Ravens' greatest strengths are IQ and decision-making, she should lead the team and even the conference in assist and turnover ratio. High IQ guards know when to attack. Respect, respect, respect. Silas Swords might as well hit the portal and go to Duke or Iowa. Hey, man, she's tough. She's tough. We'll see if she sticks it out. She got the ultimate green light at Michigan, though. I'll tell you that. And then March 25th, mark that on your calendar. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dang, Javon going hard on Raven Johnson. Sheesh. I don't know who will be in the Final Four this year. This is a competitive cycle. There aren't any definite super teams. And that's what I'm feeling right now, Shaquem. That's what I'm feeling right now. I feel like there is no dominant super teams right now. Like any of the top 7, I feel like could make some noise and make a title run. Latoya, welcome in, welcome in. Y'all keep saying Texas beat SC. Did y'all forget Texas beat SC by 17? That they did. That they did. Spit. Robert, welcome in. Raven is a good player. Agreed. Limited but good for sure. March Madness is going to be fun. It's too many good teams this year. It is wide open. It is wide open. Like, anything can happen. What KG say? Anything is possible. It is absolute. It's March Madness is going to live up to the billing. March is going to be madness for sure. Let me see. Let me see. Malaysia Fool Wiley is saving South Carolina season. Her and Joyce Edwards, they got to continue to play through them. I'm an Iowa fan, but would never call Raven trash. Yeah, that's nasty word, bro. That's nasty word. Nuke, welcome in, welcome in. Will Iowa State be in it? I want to see Audie Crooks and Cole upset a top team. Her and Addie Brown are definitely a dynamic 1-2 punch. We saw her put 40 on camera break in Stanford last year. They have underachieved, but a strong NCAA tournament run. And hey, we gonna forget all about Iowa State's early struggles and current struggles. Everyone doesn't have to be an offensive warrior. That's facts. That's facts. It would be, it feels like South Carolina, though, sometimes is playing 4-on-5 with her on the court offensively, though. I will say that. Like, I just think she's proven she can score. It's just the confidence now of knocking down the shots, in my opinion. She's definitely proven she can score, though. Like, Raven has scored double digits multiple times. Yes. Y'all keep the comments coming. Let me know how y'all feeling. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. I went through my top 7. So I'm just kind of going through the comments now. If you're just joining, make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV. If you're just joining, we're talking about how wide open March Madness is. The first 20 minutes, I started off breaking down the top 7 teams in the country. Y'all let me know who you think is the most dangerous team in the country. I'm going to give y'all some more outliers, and we just going to talk hoops, man. Thank y'all so much for joining. Yes, West Virginia. Hey, man, don't sleep on JJ Quinterly. I'm telling you, she one of the best guards in the country. Do not sleep on JJ Quinterly. It's like the NCAA tournament, man. It comes down to guard play at the end of the day. If you got guards that can make plays, you are absolutely going to be in games. You are absolutely going to be in games. SC can't be saved. Dawn is too stubborn. She is stuck with the starters who are trash, with the exception of Powell, Shaquem says. I mean, I will say it would be easy to, in my opinion, to slide Malaysia Full Wiley, Tessa Johnson, and Joyce Edwards into that starting lineup where they belong. I'm just saying, South Carolina fans, I know y'all are passionate. I'm not telling Don Staley how to coach by any means. Don't take it that way. But South Carolina, we got to be honest, is the only team in the country who has their 2 best players coming off the bench. Their 2 top scorers coming off the bench. I'm just saying. Dawn been doing it for a long time. She's been very successful. But, I mean, if everybody's saying the same thing, it might be some truth to it. Bree too busy doing makeup on TikTok instead of being in the lab. She is a beautiful young lady. I will give her that. But yeah, we want to see that beautiful jump shot. Breezy Hall, man, could be an X factor for this group, though, man. Like, her defense is definitely going to be relied upon. For sure. For sure. Don't get on that island. Okay, Shaquem says, Javon, can you tell me, besides defense, what is Raven good at? Okay, y'all are putting that question out there. I mean, defense. She sees the floor well. She runs the break well. She handles the basketball really well. Really, the only weakness to Ravens' game is she can't really shoot the ball like that, like consistently. She'll hit a wide open 3 every now and then. Like, she'll take them. But that would be my only complaint with Raven Johnson. For real, it's just she could use a little bit more twitch in her to her spot and hitting shots consistently. If she could get that jump shot right, like, it would elevate Raven, I think, into a first round pick. But that's what's holding her back is the offensive limitation. She's solid everywhere else. She's good. She's well rounded everywhere else. Me personally, though, man, I'm not big on point guards that can't shoot the rock. That's all I'm saying. I'm not huge on point guards that can't shoot the rock. That's my only thing. But Malaysia for Wally definitely needs some of those minutes from Breezy Hall for sure. She needs some of the minutes. She needs to come off some of the minutes. Let me see. Nothing. Dawn says she's a pro. I don't see how. I could definitely see her being a pro, man. Raven Johnson would be a really good backup point guard. Raven would be a really, really good backup point guard to somebody. If Don doesn't give more minutes to Malaysia, SC won't go to the Final Four. Malaysia full Wiley and Malaysia full Wiley lay with the butter, and Joyce Edwards need to be getting unlimited touches. The offense needs to run through them. The team needs to run through them for sure, without a doubt. Yes, yes, Malaysia will leave South Carolina. Don be trying her big time. I don't know, man. She getting handed the keys next year, presumably. Presumably, she getting handed the keys next year, I would imagine. Real spill, I'm a Hawkeye fan forever, Brandon, but I'm heading wherever Chavez commits to as well, as long as she doesn't commit to Dawn at SC. Nothing personal. I mean, this is a recruit that Texas needs. Aaliyah Chavez is the number one player in the 2025 class coming in. Number one senior, high school senior in the country. Five-star point guard, generational talent, and I don't throw that word out lightly, like generational point guard talent. Elite scorer from all three levels, elite court vision, elite handles, just elite. Finishes at the cup, takes contact, good size, has nice zip and delivery, timely passes, great in the pick and roll, sees the floor as a whole, really can control the offense and run the show. She is a recruit right now that Texas is battling for, that South Carolina is battling for, that Kim Mulkey and LSU are battling for. Like, she's got a top five. Like, those are three of the most talented teams that are competing for a national championship this year, all fighting for her service. LSU adds her to that class, and it's going to be bananas. They already have a top two class right now with four players signed that are in the top 30 ranked wise. Like, this class is absolutely stacked already. You add Aaliyah Chavez, and it's definitely game over, man. Like, that backcourt is going to be something super special. And if they're able to keep Flage and Michaela Williams as well, Michaela Williams will definitely be back. Flage, we'll see. If she decides to test the waters a little bit. But that with Leah Chavez, bro, LSU would be very fun to watch. Texas, they're losing Rory Harmon. There's no air like replacement for Rory Harmon right now. So if she decides to go to Texas, she could plug right in. You get Layla Falia back next season. Also with Madison Booker, you got one of the best perimeter scorers in the trios in the country next year off the bat. And then at South Carolina, man, they gonna have to make some room. They're gonna have to carve out some time for it. But her, Malaysia Full Wiley, Tessa Johnson in the backcourt would be absolutely nuts. So definitely that is a recruit both teams, or all three of those teams are fighting for sure. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah. Let's see, let's see, let's see. I can root for SC as an Iowa fan. It should be a rivalry, to be honest. SC versus Iowa, good, clean rivalry, nothing crazy. Respect, respect. Is Don's system stifling individual talent, a graveyard for perimeter players? Honestly, I don't think that's a reach. We haven't seen since Alicia Gray, probably. We haven't seen an elite guard come out of South Carolina that has succeeded in the W in quite some time, man. The bigs putting in work, of course. But the guards, I mean, as a perimeter player, think about Destiny Henderson. Think about Bria Bill. Like, the guards that have come through South Carolina that have fell off the league. Zaya Cook is holding on by a thread right now. And I think she's definitely a player. But, man, the guards that have come off these national championship teams, none of them really have been like adequate starters in the league. None of them have really made a name for themselves in the W like the bigs have. Other than Gray, like, there's not a whole lot of talented guards that have really made their name like they had. Like, there were some really good guards in college, of course. But yeah, perimeter players, man. I mean, at South Carolina, are they really being developed? Are they really being pushed to be successful at the next level? The writing's kind of on the wall. The proof isn't there. Like, I don't know, man. It's not a reach. I don't think that's a reach at all. It's not a reach. It's not a reach, man. I will say that. Now, I think regardless, Malaysia for Wiley and Tessa Johnson, I think will be really good pros regardless. They could break that, especially Malaysia. But yeah, I mean, it has not been kind to guards. I mean, you talk about player development. What is Breezy Hall doing right now that she wasn't doing, 2, 3 years ago? Let me see. To be honest, I think it's a toss up. But never underestimate your opponent. But I'm putting my money on the defending champs. They know how to do it. Pharaoh, you cannot underestimate the heart of a champion for sure. Panther fan for sure. Carolina understands and plays in pressure situation. They are champions until further notice. Hey, you gotta beat the champs to be the champs. Anastasia, welcome in, welcome in. Raven is our best point guard, period. Can't say I trust anyone else with the ball. And IQ, maybe Maddie. Yeah, Maddie, I think is also has more offensive upside. Like she does what Raven does on the offensive side as far as playmaking. I don't think she's as good as a defender as Raven right now by any means, but she definitely has more upside of shooting the basketball and being a scoring threat when she's out there. And I think she's more aggressive hunting for her shot. It's going to be, yeah, upsets are about to be crazy. And I mean, looking at upsets potentially, man, like some teams that really could make some noise. I'm looking at North Carolina, who lost arguably their best player of the last 3, 4 seasons, and Deja Kelly, who decided to take her talents to Oregon. They probably not going to the NCAA tournament, man. But honestly, man, Raina Kelly has been incredible for them. Maria Gagdang, Utsby's been injured, but she's been playing well as well. Blanca Thomas, like North Carolina is a team that I think is super talented that could win the ACC, that could upset some teams and really make some noise, man. They've got size, they've got guard play, they can shoot the basketball, they rebound it well. I'm looking at NC State, who's just upset #1 Notre Dame, a team that went to the Final Four last year that brought a lot of their team back. You look at you talk about big threes. Can we talk about Zoe Brooks? Sanaya Rivers, Isaiah James, like that big three for NC State. Don't sleep on them, man. They've had some bumps in the road, but they also played one of the toughest schedules of this year of anybody, man. We're talking about a team that went to the Final Four last season, that has guards, that has size, man. Do not sleep on NC State. I definitely think they're a team that can make some noise. People were kind of sleeping on them last year, didn't expect them to go all the way to the Final Four. Like, I know the Big Ten and the SEC gets a whole lot of love, and deservingly so, because there's a lot of juggernauts in these conferences. But do not sleep on Notre Dame. Do not sleep on North Carolina. Do not sleep on NC State. Like the ACC, I think is the ACC could absolutely have a team in the Final Four back-to-back years. I'm just saying, do not sleep on these ACC schools. TCU, another conference that's being slept on, I think, is the Big 12, man. But you look at Sedona Prince, a very experienced player, but everybody knows it, has played a lot of big games, 6'7", can spread the floor, can shoot it, can handle it a little bit, capable passer, good shot blocker. Haley Van Lith, another very skilled player who's played in the Elite Eight, who's been in some big games, who's played in multiple NCAA tournaments, a big-time shot maker, who bet on herself, left LSU, went and joined TCU, a program with not much basketball history at all on the women's side. And she's completely rejuvenated her career and washed that bad taste out of our mouth that we had for her when she was at LSU, man, getting cooked. She's really upped her scoring. She's having her second best scoring season ever. She's averaging her most assists ever. She's rebounding the ball well, playing better defense, looks way more comfortable, confident, hunting her shot. Like, don't sleep on TCU. And you got Maddie O'Connor out there as well. Maddie Connor out there as well, man, who's definitely one of the best sharpshooters in the country. Like, do not sleep on TCU, man. They got experience. They got a lot of players that have definitely played in a lot of big games that are not going to be afraid of the big moment. And I love the way they share the basketball. They shoot it well. They push the tempo. You're going to have to run to keep up with them. So salute to them. I'm excited to see TCU in the tournament. Tennessee, another team that if they weren't in the SEC, if they were in the Big 12, Tennessee would probably be winning that conference. I'm going to just be honest with you. You got to salute Coach Kim Caldwell, her toughness, her fiery personality. Like, this team mirrors that at Tennessee. A lot of bodies, a lot of depth, a lot of talent, a lot of length. Jules Spear is one of the best guards that is giving out straight work in the SEC. Talasia Cooper is a straight dog. A transfer from South Carolina, really having a good season scoring the basketball, playing the combo guard spot. Great size for her as well. Spearman has been really good for them. Like they got four guards averaging double digits. And that Tennessee full court press is going to be insane to deal with if you have not seen it before. That full court pressure is crazy. And they shoot a lot of threes. They set the record for most threes in a game this season already, man. I'm looking at Ohio State, who dropped the game to Indiana. I was very surprised about. But Cody McMahon, one of the best players in the country, one of the best forwards in the country. You got Jelani Cambridge, who's one of the best freshman point guards in the country. 1-2 punch. They're doing really good things down there as well. Don't sleep on Oklahoma. Reagan Beers coming off a big game. Like they dropped a couple and kind of fell off. But this was a team that was ranked in the top 10 for a while. This is a team that has battled through the SEC. Reagan Beers, Peyton Verhulst, one of the sharpshooters, already had a 30-plus point game this season. Like Oklahoma, well coached, disciplined, runs a lot of offensive sets, backdoor cuts. Don't let them catch you sleeping. Kansas State, another tough team. Kentucky with Georgia Moore, Kenny Brooks, what they're doing in their first season can't be overlooked. Duke, another one of those ACC schools you can't sleep on. Coach Kara Lawson, one of the best in the country at what she does, running this pro style. I love Mayer. I love Reagan Richardson. Like Duke has a lot of depth. Toby Fournier is going to be a star in the ACC for years to come. They guard really well. They play defense. They're physical. They got a lot of talent, a lot of different looks, versatility they can throw at you. If they hit shots and that offense is alive, Duke is extremely dangerous as well, man. Like you're really talking about, and then you look at like a team, in my opinion, Alabama, Maryland, Baylor, some other teams that can make some noise. Don't sleep on Cheyenne Sellers and the Terps. They got a good squad. Ashley Barker playing great basketball. Alabama, they got Nye, who's one of the best 3-point shooters. You got Michigan State, who took USC and UCLA to the limits. Florida State, Laston is one of the best scorers in the country. Louisville, definitely giving teams problems in the the ACC. Almost beat North Carolina the other day. Like, don't sleep on them. The one team that's not even ranked, the Iowa Hawkeyes, are definitely a team to watch as well that are finding their groove. Lucy Olson doing her best Caitlin Clark impression. I definitely think, man, FSU, I really think they can pull off some upsets, man. I think the NCAA tournament is going to be beneficial for Laston to really put her name on the map. A lot of people probably haven't seen Florida State play a lot of games this year, and she's been leading the nation in scoring for the majority of the year. A lot of people probably haven't seen her play personally. So I think this is a big stage where, they will go up against some really tough competition on a national stage. And Laston could be one of those superstars that really breaks out and becomes a household name with this March Madness, with a March Madness run. Like, it is so wide open. There are going to be so many upsets, so many storylines, so many talented players that are going to be getting the shine on the big stage like they deserve. Like, there's going to be so many great things. And I love that the women's game has their own contract now, separate from the men's tournament, which I think is huge. Like, major, major. There is a lot that is going to be happening over the next couple of days, or a couple of weeks, I should say. Like, this is a wide open gauntlet right now. This is going to be the craziest NCAA tournament I think that we've seen in quite some time, man. Like, it is going to be a gauntlet, folks. It is going to be a gauntlet. Like, the conference tournaments are going to be insane to boot. Like, man, the fact that the SEC is coming down to a coin toss is crazy. Like, that's gonna already be nuts. But then you consider everything else, all the other storylines, all the other revenge games with all these transfers. Like, bro, it's about to get real spicy and it's going to be so unpredictable. This is the most even I think the talent field has been so far in the NCAA. Like, there is no guaranteed, like, number one favorite team right now. You look at that top seven, and it could be anybody's day, depending on who's playing, who's executing, and how they feeling that day. Any of that top seven could beat on each other. Any of them. So if you're a one seed, you're not even safe. Shoot, if you're a one seed and you got TCU or Oklahoma as a three seed, you're not even wanting to see them. Yeah, man. Toby Fournier is super talented. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. I'm telling y'all right now that champion is going to be either Connecticut or USC, and that's what it is. Okay. Bold predictions. Who do y'all have winning the title? Who do y'all have winning the title? Who is your national championship pick? Let me know. Who is your national championship pick? Holler at me in the comments. Let me know. Who's your national championship pick? Talk to me. Talk to me in the comments. Let me know how y'all feeling. Who is your national championship pick? Because it is unpredictable out here. It is absolutely unpredictable. It is unpredictable out here, y'all. Y'all, it is going to be so unpredictable, man. Like, this is going to be the most highly anticipated NCAA tournament, I think, in the last decade. I mean, I feel like the Mystics would be crazy not to. The Mystics definitely should be thinking about trading up to get a point guard, and you could still land Cheyenne Sellers potentially as well. Like, that backcourt would be stacked. And I think they got to figure out what they're doing with Atlanta Dillon as well. Still got Sykes, Shakira Austin, a really good big as well. Like, they got some good problems, actually, to be honest with y'all. I'm going with the back-to-back champs. Okay, okay. The problem with Florida State is Gordon and Laston is hurt at the moment. Yeah, and that's the thing. This would really be a really good chance for FSU, man, to really shock some teams. I really enjoyed watching them play last year. They played fast and shot a lot of threes. They were a bit undersized. Okay, Shaquem's got UCLA, Notre Dame, and I'm an SC fan. I just don't believe in the 2021 class, aka the seniors. Austin telling it how it is, man. I mean, the upperclassmen have been called out multiple times. Some people, some supporters, some fans cannot handle hearing the truth. RC said, honestly, if I had to pick today, I'm rocking with Notre Dame too, Austin. But RC said, y'all go ahead and trust tournament Haley Van Lith. I ain't. We got to think about her at tournament at Louisville, though. We got to think about NCAA tournament at Louisville. We got to think about the Haley Van Lith NCAA tournament version at Louisville. Baylor's another team that's climbing up the ranks. Like the Big 12 race is heating up, the ACC race is heating up, the SEC title race could come down to a dang coin flip. Like it's a lot of storylines. We head into the conference tournaments, and that's where we'll see a lot of excitement as well. But that NCAA tournament, man, it's still some teams playing for their tournament lives right now, and need a solid run in the conference tournament to make the big dance. Yeah, Juju Watkins, man. I think USC is playing really good basketball. They're playing good team basketball. But Juju Watkins, she could make March hers. She could make March hers. Maybe we see Juju have a Caitlin Clark type run in March. Maybe she takes over March. I'm definitely not counting Juju out. I'm not counting any of those top seven teams out for sure. For sure, not counting any of them out. And who are going to be some of these breakout stars, man? Y'all know it's breakout stars every year, role players that really show up and show out. Who are some of the breakout players y'all think role players that could really make some noise? Yeah, it's going to be hard to make a spot on that Fever team right now. Before they got Sidney Colson and Jalen Brown and this bevy of backup guards, like, it was plausible, but yeah, nah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It would look good, but it's going to be tough. Kathy, welcome in, welcome in. Robert, welcome in. Yeah, Sanaya Fagan has definitely been inconsistent, almost got benched. I mean, it would be so easy to put Joyce in that starting lineup. I'm just saying. South Carolina, the only team, got their two top scoring players coming off the bench. I'm just saying. I believe next year, Leigh and Joyce will be similar to Flaugy and Morrow this year. Man, they are going to feed families. I think South Carolina is going to be better next year than they are this year. I absolutely think South Carolina is going to be better next year than they are this year. I definitely think South Carolina is going to be better next year than this year. Because I think there will just be more offensive rhythm, offensive flow. I think they'll be able to move the basketball better. I think they'll be able to play faster with Joyce Edwards at the five over Fagan. No offense. I think they'll be more agile. I think hopefully they get the best out of Chloe Kitts and really, get her confidence back. They get Ashlyn Watkins back as well. This team could be better guarding the three next season. Rebounding the basketball, Adele Tack getting another year, Miriam Dowder getting another year. I think honestly, man, looking at the offensive upside for this team with Malaysia Fulwali, with a Tessa Johnson, with a Maddie McDaniel, like all three of those guards can score from all three levels. That gives you a better look, I think, right now than Raven Johnson and Breezy Hall without losing much on defense. Of course, Ashlyn Watkins, her absence is being felt extremely so right now. Some Gamecock fans kind of shrugged it off, like we got the front court to deal with it, but nobody in the South Carolina front court does or has the intimidating presence and impact on defense that Ashlyn Swatkins does, and that's why they call her Swatkins, literally. Like, you know what I'm saying? But Malaysia Fulwadi getting more minutes is only going to lead to more production, more highlights. Same with Joyce Edwards, who's already really cutting into Sanaya Fagan's minutes. Like, she played 29 minutes last game. So that, and then Tessa Johnson being an everyday starter, a three-level scorer, could be the best three-level scorer on this team when it's all said and done. Best shooter on this team, in my opinion, from a volume standpoint. Like, she will let that thing fly. So I think it just gives you more upside, man, and you still have a really good bench as well. But it will be interesting to see. Yeah, 2025 class is definitely going to be exciting to watch. Yes, but this tournament, man, it's so wide open. It's so exciting. Like, try to plan your brackets now. Okay, like you obviously the seeding hasn't happened yet, but man, brackets are going to be destroyed on the first night, on the first day of the tournament. Like when it really kicks off that second weekend, it's already gonna be bananas. I'm telling you right now, it's already gonna be crazy, bro. So many upsets, so much star power, so many rivalries. Like, bro, I'm so hyped. The NCAA tournament is about to be crazy this year, bro. I'm telling you. The NCAA March Madness is really about to be madness, man. Like, I don't think anybody's feeling like, oh, we want to see this and this team lose. Like, there's no juggernauts. Anybody can be anybody can get beat, bro. Like, even down to the fourth and the fifth seeds. Like, this is gonna be crazy. Like looking at the rankings, bro. Like honestly, y'all, you even look at it. If Tennessee ends up being a 3 or a 4 seed in UCLA's bracket, that could be problematic. If Tennessee was to match up against USC, that could be problematic. Ohio State could be problematic for a team. Like, bro, Oklahoma could be problematic for a UConn possibly. Like Kentucky could be problematic with their guard play and their versatility. Duke could be problematic. Like there's so many teams that could really cause some havoc. Alabama for a team that isn't in the SEC that hasn't seen them in multiple years. Like Alabama could cause some havoc. North Carolina is the number what eighth ranked team in the country and nobody's even talking about them other than me. Nobody's even talking about UNC, bro. Like, man, it is going to be very hard to predict the champion in this tournament. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It is going to be very hard to predict a team in this tournament, to predict a champion in this tournament. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Like, and if a team gets hot, I mean, you think of a Baylor who's playing good basketball, Maryland who started off ranked in the top 10 a while back. Like, this is a team that can get hot, that's experienced. Cheyenne Sellers is one of the best guards in the country. She should be a top 5 pick. I don't care. Debate with your mammy. Like, don't sleep on Maryland, man. Love that they got Sailor Poffenberger. Like, there's a lot of talent, man, and a lot of teams that are coming in with chips on their shoulder. I feel like they straight up, got something to prove. Guys, if this is your first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share. Join our memberships. We got exclusive content daily, weekly, whenever you need it. And also follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV for all the latest and the greatest, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Man, hey, I'm telling you, we talked about all these ranked teams. Iowa is definitely a team that I think could make a run as well, man. They're going to do some damage in the Big Ten tournament, man. I'm telling you, they had UCLA on the ropes. They knocked off USC. Like, they played some very tough games, man. They played Tennessee down to the wire as well. Lucy Olson is in her bag. Like, March might belong to Lucy Olson if we ain't careful. Y'all see how she's shooting that flamethrower. She's getting to her spot. She's playing with ultimate confidence. They believe in her. She's got the green light. They giving her touches. It does not matter. Sydney Falter definitely coming back, man. She, had to step into that starting lineup last year and was big in the tourney. Sydney Falter, one of the most well-rounded players in the country, does a little bit of everything as far as scoring it, rebounding it, dishing it, plays defense, can guard bigger defenders. Taylor McCabe got that flamethrower, yo. She be out there letting that thing fly. Anna Stolke, definitely want to continue to see her just play her best basketball, man. Like, she just needs to continue to work hard like she's been doing, but definitely need her to be at her best if Iowa's going to make a run. Addie O'Grady, one of the most improved players in the country. Like, Iowa is definitely going to have something to say, man. I like them to make a Big Ten run for sure and make the tourney. Y'all talking about Iowa State, Audie Crook, y'all saw what she did in March last year. If they can sneak in, man, watch out for them. They could be a very tough out as well, man. Yeah, the higher seeds are definitely not winning 31 and 22 games. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell y'all that now. There's no way. There's no way. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of spoilers. There's going to be a lot of upsets with these lower level teams. I mean, I'm looking at teams too like Harvard, who has one of the best guards in the country. Like, don't sleep on anybody. There are bucket getters all over the nation. There are bucket getters all over the nation. Don't sleep on anybody. Don't sleep on a school in the MEAC like Norfolk State, man, who's undefeated, beat 2 or 3 SEC teams this year. Like, don't sleep on Diamond Johnson, who was incredible for NC State in their Final Four run last year, transferred to Norfolk State, and she's leading them to all-time highs. Like, they're undefeated against the SEC. Don't sleep on these smaller schools that will be these lower level seeds. I'm telling you, watch out for a Harvard. Watch out for a Norfolk State. Like, I'm telling you, it's gonna be some tough comp out there, and there's gonna be no cakewalks. There are gonna be no cakewalks in this tournament. I'm gonna tell you that right now. No cakewalks. Guys, man, thank y'all so much. I appreciate everybody tuning in. We really rocking out. Y'all got the chat booming. And give me some of y'all spiciest hot takes. Let me know how y'all feeling in the comments. Y'all been listening to me for an hour. Y'all holler at me in the comments. Let me know how y'all feeling about it. And shout out to the chat, man. I got the best chat on YouTube. Y'all watch me continue to build this thing brick by brick. And it's so crazy, man. I got like y'all know y'all get those like Facebook memories. Bro, I got a Facebook memory yesterday that was showing what my channel was on February 25th of 2024. I was at 1,500 subscribers, just over. We've tripled that, and we are over 4,500 subscribers, man. And, everybody always feels like their channel should be bigger, they should be doing this or they should be doing that. But when you look at it at, we saw the channel triple in size. We keep doing that every year, bro. That's the goal, man. But, everybody, man, salute to y'all. None of this is possible without you great people, man. Definitely the best chat on YouTube. Y'all always bring the noise. Y'all keep it respectful. And, man, just much love to all y'all, man. I really appreciate y'all. Bro, Miami is so bad, RC. They are terrible. It's only one good catheter sister, I'm gonna be honest, but they got that WWE contract locked up, so they already know they next step. They playing basketball just to play at this point, I feel like. They playing just to play. Yes, sir. Nigga, you already know. Y'all already know the vibes. Y'all already know the vibes, man. I'll throw out another live. We'll have more content coming out tomorrow. I'll go live again tomorrow as well, man, because y'all showing so much love. I really appreciate y'all rocking with me. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, all that good stuff. Join our memberships. We got exclusive content daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Until next time, of course, I'm your host, Brandon Blaney, aka Brandon Lee TV. This is the Live with Brandon Blaney podcast. Until next time, my people, we out.